Yo, what is up, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. Let's get straight to it. Why your friends are snakes and why you should cut them off. A lot of people get confused with what a friendship with a person is versus a friendship with a drug. Some people, and not all, get friendships with substances and bad habits like smoking weed and playing video games. I myself am trying to get rid of it. Anyways, back to what I was saying. You're not friends with them. If you're friend, and what I was saying about, and if there's a substance, and if there is a substance included with your friendship, chances are you're probably friends with the drug and not the actual friend. You're only really with them when you're with the drug. Alright, tell me this, bro. Do you hang out outside of those habits? Do you like how they act? Are they even a nice person? Do they help you when you need help? Are they there for you? Do they support you and put you up instead of putting you down? Chances are no. And if you're watching this video, you have somebody in mind while I'm telling you this, they're not your friend. They're not. Von Tucut said this. A friend is a sibling who you're not related to. A friend is supposed to be a person who puts you up and supports you. A person who cares about you and only wants the best for you. A person who talks good whether if you are or aren't in the room. Not a person who's constantly putting you down and making you feel like you're less of a person. Usually because they are jealous of your success. In my life, I've encountered many, and I mean many, of people who are fake as hell and basically just snakes. They're snakes. That's one way to fucking describe them. They're snakes and people who you should not trust at all and who you should cut. Because you know what a snake is? A snake seems cool, right? A snake seems cool from the distance, right? Turn your back and they fucking bite you. They stab you in the back. Snakes should not be trusted. Something I learned, I think I actually found out about a couple days ago is an alligator in captivity seems like it trusts the person, but as soon as they find a weakness in a person, they attack. And that's how people are. The exact same thing. As soon as they see you weak, they attack and they talk shit about you. They do things that make you weaker. They're not someone who you should trust. They're not someone who you should put time into. And I know a lot of people won't listen to me because, I'm just some dumb 14-year-old. But the people who do listen to me probably have experienced the same thing and could agree with me. They're not a good friend. Quick story time for y'all. I was friends with this one girl, right? We was all chill and shit. And we were on call, right? And it got pretty late, so so emotions were higher. And we were talking, and she for some reason we get into this talk, and she trauma dumps. She tells me all this is, she like crying and shit. And helped her. I helped her deal with it. I comforted her. I was there for them. From then on, every time she needed help with one of her like guys or some shit, because I'm not gonna lie, back then I was a beta male. I was a simp. Right? I'll make a video about not to chase girls. But I was basically a simp. I was there for her and she was never there for me. Every time I wanted to tell her something, she wasn't there. So, learn from my mistake. Don't trust these bitches. Juice WRLD said, prettiest girls have the evilest face. Don't trust everyone. No matter how good they look, they're evil inside. It's not what's out here, it's what's in here. I get it. It's hard for you to cut out people in your life who hurt you. Some people it's easy for them to just cut off people. I, for one, it was hard for me. It took me an entire year, a whole year. And you're probably like, oh, Edwin, why didn't you do something? Because I couldn't. I was too stupid to. I was in this I was in this illusion. I was stuck. I was stupid. I was played. You know, I was used. Um, and it just sucked ass. And there's gonna be times like that. You know, it's gonna be hard to cut off a person because us as men, we are very fucking lonely. I'll be honest. I'll be the first person to be honest about it. We are fucking lonely. It's hard for us. At least for me, it is hard for me to just cut off people because I've been cut off by the exact same fucking person who played. I'll speak up on more of that, but basically, was basically like her pet dog chasing her. She let me go, then just brought me back when she felt like it. It's you gotta realize that these people are fake as hell. They only want you for one thing and leave you. They're like a fucking. They treat you like a condom. They use you one time and they never want to use you again. You probably shouldn't use a condom for a second time, but what I'm saying is that you need to watch out who you fuck with. People will talk shit about you whether you are or aren't in the room, and you need to watch out for that shit. As someone who went through all this shit, and the things I'm telling you, I have more stories. I could go on. I could go this entire video just talking about stories, but I'm not gonna. It'd be way too long. Maybe I'll think of me do a story time video. Y'all think that's cool, but back to what I'm saying is that you gotta watch who you fucking trust. Everybody sneaks. We're lonely. I mean, as long as it's hard for us to cut off people because we just don't want to be alone. Like that was the only person I had at the time. I was too antisocial to really just talk to anyone else. I didn't feel like being friends with anyone else, so that was the only person I had. I was lonely as hell. That's why I stayed with them for so long, because I had no one else. As soon as I started having someone else, I realized the shit that was going on, and I had people to talk to. I'm a homeboy, he helped me out and shit. That is a real motherfucker. I'm not gonna say names though, of course. There's more instances where this shit's happened, but I don't let that shit stop me. Fuck her, whatever. Forget about it. This shit's in the past. I can't do anything about it. I learned from it. We learn from that shit. Cut off the snakes. They're not your friends. You're just hanging out with them because reality you feel lonely. You can't find anyone else. Improve yourself and stop focusing on these other people because in reality they don't focus on you. They don't have you as a thought. You're simply an afterthought. They don't care about you. And it's a sad fucking reality because I went through that shit, so I don't want that shit to happen to you. And I hope it hasn't happened to you. And I'm sorry that if it did. Because, I mean, you gotta think, just because you loyal to gang, don't mean gang will be loyal to you. That's where I'm gonna end it off today. Subscribe if this was helpful. Y'all wanna fuck with all my other vids. I'll probably put in a bunch of videos right here, depending whether if I add them or not. Subscribe. Like the video if this was helpful. I know a lot of people won't agree with the things I say, but I don't care. I'm just saying this for the people who will listen. But yeah, remember, whatever we do, we gonna get it through. God, love y'all. Peace.